Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real simple, real clear, and real powerful today. When a man decides to share a certain part of himself with a woman, that ain't casual, that ain't accidental, that's intentional. Men don't open up to just anybody. Men don't unpack their minds and their hearts in front of every woman they meet. It takes something rare, something real, something that makes him feel, yeah, she's different. And when he feels that, you got to understand you're standing in a place not many people have ever been allowed to stand. When a man shares his fears and insecurities with a woman, it becomes one of the clearest, most powerful signs that she holds a special place in his life. Men are often taught from a young age to stay strong, to stay silent, to handle everything alone. Society tells them that showing fear is weakness and exposing insecurities is dangerous. So most men build emotional walls, high, thick, guarded. Behind those walls, they carry stress, wounds, memories, doubts, and struggles they never show the world. When a man chooses to open that door even a little, it means something significant is happening inside him. It means he sees you not just as someone to talk to, but someone safe, someone trustworthy, someone who won't misuse what he reveals. This level of honesty doesn't come naturally to men. It is earned through presence, consistency, and emotional safety. So when he sits across from you and begins to talk about what keeps him up at night, that's a moment you cannot overlook. A man revealing his fears is actually a man revealing his humanity. He may share the pressure he feels to succeed, the fear of disappointing the people he loves, or the insecurity of not being enough. He might open up about moments in his life where he felt lost, broken, or unsure of himself. And when he tells you these things, he isn't seeking pity. He's seeking connection. He's offering you a part of himself he rarely gives anyone. In that moment, he's trusting you with the truth he hides from everyone else. He's letting you into the private space where his real emotions live, not the mask the world sees. This level of vulnerability is a privilege. It means he sees you as someone who won't judge him for being human. He believes you will understand rather than criticize, support rather than belittle, comfort rather than dismiss. He doesn't fear your reaction, he trusts it, and trust for a man is more valuable than anything he could ever buy or build. It is not simply that he feels comfortable talking to you, it is that he feels safe being himself with you, the flawed, imperfect, unfiltered version of himself. When he shares his insecurities, he is showing something deeper, a desire for emotional intimacy. Men don't open the door to their inner world unless they want you to walk inside. He may not have said the words, "You're special to me," but sharing his fears says exactly that's important. It says your presence calms him. It says your understanding matters more than you realize. It says he sees you as someone who could potentially walk through life with him, not just someone passing through. So when a man reveals his fears and insecurities, recognize the meaning behind it. This is not just a conversation. This is trust being given. This is emotional closeness being formed. This is his heart stepping forward. And this is the silent way men say, "You matter to me more than I've told you." When a man begins to share his future plans with you, it is one of the most powerful silent indicators that you hold a meaningful place in his heart. Men do not casually talk about the future with someone they see as temporary or irrelevant. They reserve those conversations for the people who matter, for the ones they subconsciously envision standing beside them as life unfolds. When he lets you in on what he hopes to build, where he wants to go, and who he wants to become, he is not just giving information. He is revealing intention. A man's future is the most guarded part of his life because it represents his dreams, his identity, and his direction. Sharing that with you means he trusts your presence in his journey more than he may openly admit. A man who shares his long-term goals is revealing how he thinks and what he values. He might tell you about the career he wants to grow, the business he hopes to start, or the kind of lifestyle he wants to create. He may talk about financial plans, personal development, places he wants to travel, or the kind of home he dreams of having. But the real message behind all of this is simple. He's letting you see the blueprint of his life. That's not just sharing a vision. That's inviting you to imagine what it would be like to be part of that vision. A man does not expand on his dreams unless he feels safe around you and sees you as someone who would support, encourage, and uplift him as he works toward them. When he talks to you about the future, it also means he respects your opinion. Men don't seek validation or feedback from women they don't value. So when he says, "What do you think?" or "Does this make sense?" he's showing that your insight matters. He is allowing you to influence his direction even in small ways, and that is not something men do lightly. It shows that he sees you as someone wise, someone balanced, someone whose voice carries weight in his life. Beneath his words is a subtle but powerful truth. He feels emotionally connected to you. A man including you in conversations about the future also reveals his emotional availability. Many men avoid discussing what comes next because it creates pressure or implies commitments they're not ready for. But a man who opens up about what he wants long term is showing that he is not running from commitment. He's exploring the possibility of it. He may not openly say, "I see you in my future," but the way he shares, the way he speaks, the way he opens that part of himself tells you everything. His dreams become a window through which he allows you to see how deeply he values what the two of you have. And perhaps the most important thing is the vulnerability behind the vision. Talking about the future is risky because dreams can fail, plans can change, and ambitions can be judged. Yet he still chooses to share. That means your presence gives him courage and your connection gives him hope. It means he feels stronger with you than without you. It means he sees you not just as part of his present, but as someone who could fit beautifully into the life he hopes to build. When a man begins to talk about his weaknesses, he is revealing a level of vulnerability that most men guard fiercely. Men are raised to believe they must always be strong, always be in control, always be the protector. The world expects them to carry burdens silently and to show no cracks in their armor. Because of this, a man's weaknesses become the most private part of who he is. They are the things he hides, the things he wrestles with alone, the things he believes could make others see him differently if they were ever exposed. So when he decides to share those weaknesses with you, it is not a small gesture. It is a deeply meaningful act of trust, intimacy, and emotional comfort. A man revealing his weaknesses means he no longer feels the need to perform strength in front of you. He doesn't feel pressured to impress you or pretend to be invincible. Instead, he feels safe enough to let you see the parts of him that are uncertain, imperfect, or fragile. He might talk about mistakes he regrets, habits he struggles to break, responsibilities that overwhelm him, or insecurities that quietly follow him. These aren't things he tells the world. These are the private battles he keeps inside. Sharing them with you is his way of saying, you are someone I can be real with. This level of openness is a sign that he values your emotional presence. When a man allows you to see his soft spots, he is trusting that you won't use them against him, judge him harshly, or see him as less of a man. He believes you will understand rather than criticize. That belief is rare. It shows that you hold a unique position in his life, one where your acceptance carries enormous weight. Your reaction in these moments becomes more important to him than you realize. If you respond with empathy, patience, and understanding, you solidify the bond he feels toward you. Talking about his weaknesses also reveals his desire for deeper emotional connection. Men don't open up about their inner struggles unless they want someone to genuinely know them beneath the surface. He may not directly express his emotions, but the act of sharing his vulnerabilities is an emotional expression in itself. He is saying, this is who I am beneath everything I show the world, and that honesty is a step toward a stronger, more meaningful connection. Moreover, when he shares his weaknesses, he is showing you that he sees you as a supportive force in his life. He trusts that you won't walk away after hearing what scares him or what he struggles with. He is allowing you into a part of his world where very few people are invited. This is intimacy on a level that goes far beyond physical closeness. It is the intimacy of being seen, understood, and accepted. So when a man opens up about his weaknesses, pay attention. This is not a casual confession. This is a man letting his guard down. This is a man telling you he feels emotionally safe with you. This is a man revealing that you are special enough to know the version of him that the world never gets to see. When a man begins to open up about his past, he is offering you something far more intimate than stories or memories. He is giving you access to the experiences that shaped him. A man's past is not just a timeline of events. It is a map of his wounds, his victories, his lessons, his heartbreaks, and his growth. Men don't casually share these parts of themselves because doing so means revisiting moments they may have buried, avoided, or learned to carry silently. The past can be heavy, painful, or complicated, and most men keep it locked away because they don't want to be misunderstood, judged, or seen differently. So when he sits with you and begins to reveal the things he usually keeps hidden, that is a sign he feels a rare kind of safety with you. He may talk about the mistakes he made and how they changed him. He might share experiences that broke him, people who hurt him, moments he's ashamed of, or memories that still sting. Or he may open up about the struggles he faced growing up, family issues, financial hardships, losses he endured, or battles he fought alone. These are not stories he tells just to talk. These are pieces of his life he learned to protect. Sharing them is his way of saying, I trust you to see me clearly, even after knowing this. When he lets you into his past, he is not only revealing what happened, he is revealing who he truly is underneath the surface. He is letting you understand the roots of his personality, his emotional patterns, his fears, and even his dreams. If he tells you why he guards his heart, why he hesitates, or why he approaches love the way he does, he is giving you context that very few people ever get from him. This means he sees you as someone who deserves to understand him, not just someone to impress with the polished version of himself. Talking about his past also shows that he values your emotional presence. He believes you will listen without judging him. He trusts that you will handle his truth gently, and he hopes that by letting you know where he came from, you will better understand where he is trying to go. Many men fear that sharing their past will push someone away, but if he shares it with you, it means he believes you won't leave. It means he trusts you to stay steady even after hearing the difficult parts. Opening up about his past is also a sign of emotional intimacy. Men rarely talk about the things that shaped them unless they want a deeper connection with someone. By telling you what broke him, what healed him, and what changed him, he is choosing to build a bridge between your heart and his. He may not say the words, but the act itself speaks loudly. He wants you to know him fully, not just the version he shows the world. So when he shares his past with you, understand what it truly means. He is offering you a window into the journey that made him who he is. He is trusting you with memories he doesn't reveal easily. And he is silently letting you know that you are important enough to see the real, unfiltered story of his life. When a man begins to share his dreams with you, he is revealing a side of himself that is deeply personal, hopeful, and often protected from the world. A man's dreams are not small things. They are the visions that keep him moving forward, the silent desires he works toward, and the private ambitions he rarely speaks out loud. These dreams represent who he wants to become, what he hopes to achieve, and the kind of life he imagines for himself. Men guard their dreams because they fear judgment, failure, and misunderstanding. They worry that if someone dismisses their vision, it will weaken their motivation or expose their vulnerabilities. So when he sits with you and begins to speak about what he truly wants for his future, it is a sign that he sees you as someone emotionally safe, someone who will honor his hopes instead of tearing them down. When he talks about his dreams, he is letting you into the part of his heart that is filled with possibility. He may tell you about the career he wants to build, the passion he wants to pursue, or the life he hopes to create one day. He could share ideas that are still forming, plans that aren't fully shaped, or ambitions that scare him because they are so important. These are the things he thinks about late at night, the thoughts that inspire him, and the goals that give his life meaning. By sharing them with you, he is showing that he values your presence in his inner world. A man only reveals his dreams to a woman he respects. He wants your opinion, your reaction, your energy. He wants to feel supported, encouraged, and understood. When he talks about what he wants in life and then looks at you to see how you respond, that moment is the true measure of your importance to him. If he continues to open up even more after your response, it means he feels uplifted by you. He sees you as someone who adds strength to his vision rather than doubt. Your belief in him becomes fuel for his confidence, and your presence becomes part of his motivation. Sharing dreams is also a subtle way of showing emotional intimacy. A man doesn't discuss the deepest parts of his future with someone unless he is imagining the possibility of that person being part of it. He may not say it directly, but the very act of opening up reveals that he sees you as someone who could walk alongside him as those dreams unfold. He includes you by speaking in a way that invites your thoughts, your emotions, and your understanding into his plans. That is his quiet way of letting you know that your place in his life is meaningful. And the beautiful thing is, sharing his dreams is also a sign of hope. It means he believes in himself enough to speak them aloud and believes in you enough to trust you with them. He is allowing you to witness the vulnerable part of him that wants more, that imagines more, that strives for something bigger. He is showing you the part of him that still believes in possibility despite everything he has been through. So when a man reveals his dreams, understand that he is giving you a rare gift, a glimpse into the future he wants to build, and the silent message that you inspire the courage behind those dreams. When a man begins to reveal his true feelings without fear of judgment, it is one of the strongest, clearest signs that he sees you as someone truly special. Men are not taught to express their emotions openly. Most grow up believing that vulnerability makes them weak, that love should be controlled, and that feelings should be hidden behind strength and silence. So when a man reaches a point where he can speak honestly about what he feels, whether it's affection, fear, admiration, confusion, attachment, or devotion, it means something significant is happening inside him. It means the emotional walls he built over the years are lowering in your presence. It means he no longer feels the need to protect himself from you because he trusts that his emotions will be handled with care, not judgment. A man who expresses his feelings is doing something he rarely does in the world outside. He may tell you how much he appreciates you, how much peace you bring into his life, or how deeply your presence affects him. He might tell you what scares him in love, what he hopes for, or what he feels when he's around you. He may share the emotions he usually keeps hidden, his longing, his attachment, his worries, or his growing affection. These are not small confessions. These are pieces of his heart he doesn't give easily. When he speaks them, he is showing you that he feels emotionally safe, understood, and connected in a way he doesn't feel with many people. When he reveals his feelings, he is also giving you emotional access to him. Many men fear that expressing feelings will lead to rejection or misunderstanding, so they keep everything inside. They fear appearing too attached, too soft, or too available. But if he chooses to express those emotions to you, it means he trusts that you won't misuse his honesty. He trusts that you won't walk away or see him differently. Your presence makes him feel accepted, and your reaction matters deeply. The way you respond becomes part of what strengthens the connection for him. Expressing feelings is also his way of deepening the emotional bond. A man doesn't share the truths of his heart unless he wants a closer, more meaningful connection. He may not say the words, "I care about you deeply," but everything he opens up about is pointing to that truth. When he speaks honestly, he is letting you see the emotional side of him that he keeps hidden from the rest of the world. That is intimacy. That is trust. That is a sign that his heart is slowly aligning itself with yours. At the same time, revealing his feelings is a form of emotional investment. Words for men are not cheap, especially when those words come from honesty rather than habit. If he expresses how he feels, it means he has thought about it, felt it, struggled with it, and finally found the courage to share it because you matter that much. It means you've impacted him in ways he didn't expect. It means you've touched something inside him that made him want to be real instead of guarded. So when a man opens up and reveals his feelings, understand the meaning behind his words. He is not just telling you what is in his heart, he is trusting you with it. He is not just speaking emotions, he is inviting you closer. He is not just expressing himself, he is showing you that he sees you as someone truly special, someone rare, someone worth opening his heart for.